This is just a quick little video. I didn't want to bore you with the replacement of everything. What we have here today is a FM receiver, model TX-11, and this one we use for monitoring radio stations, specifically our FM, or our big FM, and it was making terrible noises, just horrible sounds, and would change periodically. But then when you punched in a little button over here that says multipath reduction or noise reduction, it would make just like a 120 cycle hum, double the 60 cycles on the line voltage, 120 cycle hum. And of course I immediately thought, well, let's get to the power supply and check out the power supply caps, which is all back in here. All these guys in here are power supplies. This has 3 voltages, plus and minus 15 and 22, I believe. This receiver is a very good receiver. It's very sensitive, and they were quite expensive in their day, which was like 1985 or something like that. So I started replacing caps, and all these, of course, were bad. So were all of the rest of these down in here, and some of these over here were bad too. And the noise was still there. Didn't really change it. All of these caps were high ESR and bad values, most all of them. So then I started looking around, and I noticed, well, it's got this board on it, this thing. This is the board that does the noise reduction and the multipath reduction, which I'm going to have to study on how that works. I don't know how you do multipath reduction with only one antenna, but it supposedly does. See all these caps on here? All these little 1s and 2.2s, and these are 47s. All of these capacitors, all of them, were bad. Every last one of them. They all had high ESR, they were all off in value, and they're all some brand, I don't know, maybe somebody else can tell me, but the brand of these on top here, come on, focus, well, can't really see it, there we go, GH, I don't know. All the ones on the bottom board are Rubicons. Good ones. But they're all bad. But I don't know what these ones in the top were. And this board, if you look at it, is not actually, it doesn't look like it wasn't built onto this thing. It's just tied. If you look at where it's connected, like right here, it's just wrapped around the end of a component and soldered. All of the wires that come off of here are like that. They're just kind of wrapped around the end of a component and soldered onto the board, on the top of the board. It's like this thing was an add-on that was literally just added on. Interesting. I don't quite understand for something that cost as much as this does, but anyway, just a short video, and turn it on. The fluorescent display is getting weak. I've got my generator, which that's one thing that's wrong with my generator. You can't really see it. There we go. This particular band in this generator doesn't double on the display, but it's that's 100.1, and you might be able to hear it. Now it's nice and clean. Push in the multipath, it's all nice and clean. And so is the noise reduction. Both of them. just as clean as can be. So there's a lesson. Even though the caps don't show any signs, that's just dirt on top of that one. Oh, and another thing I did find, if you look at the bottom of this cap here, see the glue? Let's turn that off. See the glue down there? That was all down in and around these power supply, the big power supply caps, so they didn't wobble around when you shipped them. And yes, that glue was conductive, about between 700 and 800 K just across the glue. So another lesson, get rid of that glue. You have to. This old stuff just turns into a path to another part of the system. Anyway, there you go. Little quickie video. Didn't show you all the desoldering and putting in, but you've seen that before. So all these little caps. It's not just power supply caps. It's these little guys. 10, 16 volts. All went bad. Oh well. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of these. Thanks.